Hi, my best friend. Welcome to Psycho Says 8 Secrets to Confidently Start a Conversation with Any Woman. Are you tired of feeling nervous and unsure when trying to start a conversation with a woman? Don't worry, you're not alone. But what if we told you that with just a few simple tips, you can turn the tables and become the confident and charming conversationalist you've always wanted to be? Join us as we explore 8 tips for starting a conversation with a woman that are guaranteed to make a lasting impression and keep her engaged from beginning to end. So, get ready to take your conversation skills to the next level. You are my best friend. Support this channel to grow and greet you by pressing the like, subscribe, and good comments button. Have you subscribed? If so, let's continue. 1. Show genuine interest in what she has to say. Start by making eye contact and showing that you're paying attention to her. Ask questions related to what she's talking about, and show that you value her thoughts and opinions. Avoid interrupting her, and let her speak without feeling rushed or pressured. Show empathy and understanding by acknowledging her feelings and experiences. Keep the conversation focused on her, and avoid making it about yourself. Remember that a conversation is a two-way exchange, and showing genuine interest in what she has to say will make her feel valued and appreciated. 2. Ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are questions that can't be answered with just a yes or no, and they encourage deeper and more meaningful conversations. Start by asking questions that allow her to share more about herself, her interests, and her experiences. Avoid asking questions that can be answered with just a few words, and instead, aim to ask questions that will encourage a more in-depth response. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like to travel?" ask, "What's your favorite travel destination?" Asking open-ended questions will help you get to know her better, and it will also help keep the conversation flowing naturally. Remember to listen actively to her responses, and use her answers as a starting point for further conversation. 3. Listen actively and give feedback. Active listening means paying attention to what she's saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Show that you're listening by making eye contact, nodding, and summarizing what she's saying. Give feedback by acknowledging her thoughts and opinions, and responding to what she's saying. Ask follow-up questions to encourage her to share more, and show that you're interested in what she has to say. Remember that a conversation is a two-way exchange, and active listening is just as important as speaking. By showing that you're interested in what she has to say and giving her the space to share, you'll create a more meaningful and enjoyable conversation. 4. Use humor appropriately. Humor can be a great way to break the ice and make a connection, but it's important to use it appropriately. Avoid making jokes that could be considered offensive or insensitive, and focus on finding humor in everyday situations. Look for opportunities to lighten the mood with a well-timed joke or humorous comment, but always be mindful of the tone and subject of the conversation. When in doubt, on the side of caution, and avoid using humor. It's better to have a serious conversation than to risk offending or alienating her with a poorly timed joke. 5. Find common ground to talk about. Finding common ground is a great way to build rapport and create a connection. Look for opportunities to discuss things that you both enjoy, such as hobbies, interests, or common experiences. Avoid discussing topics that could be divisive or controversial, and instead, focus on finding shared experiences or interests. For example, if you both enjoy hiking, talk about your favorite trails or scenic destinations. Remember that finding common ground is about creating a shared experience, not about trying to impress or one-up her. Keep the conversation focused on your shared experiences, and let the conversation flow naturally. 6. Keep the conversation light and positive. Keep the conversation light and positive by focusing on topics that are uplifting and enjoyable. Avoid discussing heavy or sensitive subjects, and instead, look for opportunities to talk about things that make you both happy. Use humor and positivity to set the tone, and look for opportunities to share stories and experiences that will bring a smile to her face. Remember that the goal of the conversation is to make a connection and have a good time. Keep the conversation light and positive, and avoid dwelling on negative or heavy topics. 7. Avoid controversial or sensitive topics. Avoid discussing controversial or sensitive topics that could be divisive or offensive. Topics like religion, politics, and personal beliefs are best avoided when trying to build a connection. If a sensitive topic does come up, handle it with sensitivity and respect, and be mindful of her feelings and opinions. Remember that the goal of the conversation is to make a connection and build a rapport, not to argue or alienate her. Avoid controversial or sensitive topics, and focus instead on building a positive and enjoyable conversation. 8. Be confident and relaxed. Confidence and relaxation are key to having a successful conversation. Start by taking deep breaths and focusing on being present in the moment. Avoid trying to be someone you're not, and instead, be yourself and let your personality shine through. Remember that confidence comes from within, and the more you practice having conversations, the more confident and relaxed you'll become. Just be yourself, and let the conversation flow naturally. Thanks for watching, my friend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.